due diligent research,
Definitely.
that's where you find this due diligent research. You want to know why it's due diligent research? Because if you seek it, you will find it. It is a rule of reality.
Wait a minute. Question mark. Less than 30 seconds will not cause you to be demonized? Question mark.
Janet, I'm gonna restream your show on my account.
I'm quite sure less than 30 seconds is within the rule.
Okay.
So let's see if I have something that's not copyrighted that I can play. That sounds good, right?
Yeah, just don't make
There you go.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's why I said criteria not copyrighted.
Right to your chest.
Mm-hmm.
Religion is regarded
Wait a minute.
by the common people.
Wait a minute. Question mark. Less than 30 seconds will not cause you to be demonized? Question mark. I'm quite sure less than 30 seconds is within the rule.
Religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false, and by the rulers as useful.
If anything, it'll just tell me to trim it out, so you're fine.
There you go.
And I don't
Less than 30 seconds,
trying to tell me what
straight
I can't
hard
do anymore,
fact
so
right to your chest.
You can tell me to fuck off if you want to. Here we go.
Religion is regarded by the common people as true, the rulers, the wise as false, and the rulers as useful.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I was thinking out loud. You can ignore me.
There's another one, but I won't play it because it's about 34 seconds. I won't play it. It basically states justice and evil.
If anything, it'll just tell me to trim it out, so you're fine.
But yeah, the second one was more or
And
less
I don't have no evil
justice
man
and
trying
evil.
to tell me what I
I
can't
am
do
beyond
anymore,
that
so we're
binary.
gonna do it.
There is
You
only
could tell me to
being
fuck
and
off
not
if you want to. Here we go.
I was hoping to ambush you. Let me guess. Does that make me unjust?
Justice and
turn you down.
I have moved beyond that binary now. There is only being and the absence of being.
Yeah, I agree.
What?
These aren't my facts.
Sorry, I was thinking out
Just to
loud.
reiterate, these
You
are
can
not
ignore
my
me.
facts.
And I really like doing that. What?
Because these are not
That's a good one to do
opinions
sometimes.
derived from a belief or faith. This is evidence that has been proven and went through.
But yeah, the second one was more or less justice and evil. I am beyond that binary. There is only being and not being.
Now, if you can understand the words that I'm
I am
stating,
beyond that binary.
maybe
I
you won't
turned you
think
down.
that this is an opinion because you understand that all I'm doing is reciprocating facts that have been presented.
These aren't
towards
my
us
facts.
anyway,
Just to
that we
iterate, these are
refuse
not
to
my
infer
facts.
upon. Do you understand the word inference? Obviousness.
Because these are
from
not
logical conclusions.
opinions derived from a belief or
from
faith.
logical
This is
conclusions.
evidence that has been proven and went through Newton's flaming laser sword
Pay attention, people.
and shattered Newton's flaming laser sword.
Let's actually go down into the science of 83.
Now, if you can understand the words that I'm stating, maybe you won't state that this is an opinion because you understand that all I'm doing is reciprocating facts that have been presented towards us anyway that we refuse to infer upon. Do you understand the word inference? Obviousness from logical conclusion. Obviousness from logical conclusion.
What I just said, something that is visually imperceptible, and it is known as quantum magnetic force. So that means that atoms
Let's actually go down into the science of 83 to 87% versus less than 15%. An atom. An atom creates matter, which is the building blocks of the reality we are within. An atom has a nucleus with protons and neutrons inside the center of it. Outside of it are electrons floating in what? Something that is visually imperceptible and known as quantum magnetic force. Did you hear what I just said? Something that is visually imperceptible and it is known as quantum magnetic force. So that means that atoms have this much quantum magnetic force because they're more quantum magnetic force than they are the nuclei, as well as the electrons, all snacked and slammed together, where it's still 83 to 87 quantum magnetic force, and matter is everything the fuck around us. This fucking, you see that? You hear that? That's less than 15% actual tangible touchable material. But because of all these 6 billion dumb fuckers out there, this building fucking exists. Now you see what I mean by average mean is holding up the upper tier people, holding back the upper tier people as well.
Does everybody understand average now?
Go back to the math term explanation of what an average is. You add up all numbers and divide by the numbers of numbers, and this is the average. Yeah, if you got 6 billion motherfuckers down here at 0, and you got between 1,000 people up here at 5 million, you got a couple tens of thousand up here at a couple million, and then you have the other change of the 500,000 fighting to get to 1,000. Okay, all these zeros, all these 6 billion fucking zeros, this is what's holding us back. Does everybody understand average now?
Different realities. Everybody ready for a nice trip?
I know I do.
To do something, I'm about to do something. Split.
Look at what, Schrodinger's cat?
Now, all these numbers.
Do you really want to play with a guy that actually understands science?
Because none have perceived them.
Oh, that's gonna be a little.
We are Schrodinger's cat 7,776
Okay, I'm shuffling up 5 6-sided dice. Whenever I drop them on the floor and refuse to perceive what number they fell on, I will have Schrodinger's catted us into 7,776 different realities. Everybody ready for a nice trip?
Now, the timer had a 50-50% chance of going off.
You want me to do something? I'm about to do something.
There's either 2 chances of reality.
Split.
Cat acknowledges timer never explodes. Cat acknowledges
now, all these numbers are represented at the exact same time because none have perceived them.
Until you observe. Now,
we are Schrodinger's cat 7,776 ways.
Which has Schrodinger's catted everyone around here into 7,776 realities. Anybody not keeping up yet? You want to play with me? Which reality are we talking in? It's definitely DISPLACE, is it not? Period.
I gotta call my little friend. I'll be right back. But you're right, period. Because at the end of the day, they better keep up. And matter of fact, the numbers are back to normal, DQ. Because again, I'd rather sit here with the real people than the ones that just want that drama. Just back from dinner. Oh, welcome, Peter. Welcome. So if you just want to kind of like, because sometimes people will be coming in and out. They, you know, if you just want to keep like a highlight of what you're talking about, they kind of like that in the chat because some will follow. I would ignore the ones that aren't following or just trying to trigger. A lot of that, you know, bad energy was here, so I'm trying to clear the doors out, get the cockroaches out of here, get back to regular scheduled programming. So whatever you got to do, sir, do it.
Okay, Anakian, I'm going to throw you into Hilbert's hotel and tell you to escape. Do you even know what a Hilbert's hotel is?
Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is going to be good.
Simple explanation. A Hilbert's hotel is a hotel with infinite rooms. And I just dropped you smack dab in the middle of it. Try to escape, have fun. Here's your hint. The real question is, can you count beyond infinity? Do you even know how? We did last night. We counted beyond infinity last night. I guess this is the end of the stream if she ain't coming back. Oh, that means she ain't going back. Okay. Okay, I read that wrong. I read that wrong because it was perceived wrong.
Yes, David asked me what happened last night between 1:30 and 7. I said, Real doxed me. His name is Real, the guy that came up here. He doxed me, and then he was butthurt, so he's still over there ranting and raving probably. But, you know, it is what it is. Good luck in your endeavors. Hope you have a great day. Happy Monday.
Do you mind if we... sorry. Do you mind if we count beyond infinity again?
I don't mind what you do. DQ's in charge. She already knows. She's in charge, not me.
Go ahead,
I'm just
Z.
pushing the buttons.
So, I'm going to...
24-hour show starting today. I'm going to be live 24/7.
So,
Stop me.
We're going to do this as quickly as allowed plausible. We're not going to physically sit here and count. We're going to do a basic demograph of what needs to occur. Now, in everybody's head, this is a project. We're about to all have fun. We're about to all have fun, and everybody's head start off at your beginning number, which is negative whatever the hell or 0. Okay, and begin to count forward until you finally reach infinity, which will take about that long. Okay, now that we are at infinity, what you do is you add infinity to infinity, you multiply infinity by infinity, then you take infinity and make an exponent of infinity. Now, you do one more step and we finally get to go past infinity. You make infinity exponent infinity times. Don't hurt yourself. We have reached Alf Null. We have reached Alf Null. We have gone beyond infinity. We are at Alf Null. Now, the same thing you did with infinity, I want you to do to Alf Null. Alf Null plus Alf Null. Alf Null multiplied by times Null. Alf Null. And Alf Null to the exponent of Alf Null to the Alf Null power.
Only get to go past infinity. You make infinity exponent infinity time.
As plausible. We have arrived at omega, which is technically 2 numbers beyond infinity. Who is interrupting me?
Don't hurt yourself.
Fuck you, algorithm. I have returned.
We have reached
Alpha Omega, and you do the same thing you did to infinity and Alpha Null because we are 2 numbers beyond
null.
Infinity. So you take omega plus omega, omega times omega, and omega to the omega, omega times. Now this one will take a few extra seconds. I'll hold.
We have reached Alf Null. We have gone beyond infinity. We are at Alf Null. Now, the same thing you did with infinity, I want you to do to Alf Null. Alf Null plus Alf Null. Alf Null multiplied by times Null.
Exists. This is called epsilon naught. There is no epsilon naught plus 1. There is no epsilon naught plus epsilon
Alf Null. And Alf Null to the exponent of Alf Null to the Alf Null power.
Epsilon naught to the epsilon.
And now we arrive at omega.
If need be, I will type this
like I said,
in the chat so people can know what words I'm using.
Epsilon naught times epsilon naught. There is no.
Sorry, guys. Going back to the scheduled program.
I have returned. What the fuck is this guy talking about, Janet? This guy is talking about numbers beyond infinity.
I hath returned. What the fuck is this guy talking about, Janet? This guy is talking about numbers beyond infinity.
And then infer upon the facts.
I merely dish out facts and information that can be found through due diligent research.
And nothing happens.
And then infer upon the facts, which are logical, instead of, oh, now I can go,
what is that?
and nothing happens. No, you dumbass. I just moved 6 items across my table by plucking 1. What is that? Newton's third law of motion.
Now, in technicality, what I did is I used my quantum magnetic force that I am in complete and absolute control with.
In technicality, what I did is I used my quantum magnetic force that I am in complete and absolute control with, and repelled another item, that repelled another item, that repelled another item, that repelled another item. That's what technically happened here. Now, physically happened? No, it's because of these 6 billion zeros that this building exists. You see where I'm going with this?
Oh, definitely. Continue. I would just ignore them in the chat. I know I posted the link of DQ.
Do I need to slam it back to her so she can get back in?
No, it's usually posted at the top of the chat, but I don't care of it.
But remember, she's in StreamYard, so she can't jump back towards that unless it's already open in a window somewhere, which closes whenever you go somewhere else with some devices.
So come back to the chat, or you can send it to her privately.
No, I already slammed it in her direction.
Sure.
So yeah, I don't mind if people find me. Just know that I'm rude to people that I do not realize who they are. And I mean rude as in the sense of beyond not giving a flying rat's ass what I'm stating. I will just blatantly outright be rude instead of hand you information like I am now. Now, I don't think Janet's fallen asleep yet. I don't think she went down yet, bro, because I went down and came back and she's still fucking here.
Yeah, I'm here. I didn't sleep.
This is the third stream to my knowledge because I came in at the end of one. I began another one, and now I'm in this one that just started.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like?
I'm doing my hair. I'm not.
You know what I don't like?
Yes.
You click on somebody's name and they took away the view profile option. Now you can only block or report them. Or view channel option. That's what it was called. View channel. Because people were complaining about individuals following them. Bitch! About individuals following. Bitch, what the fuck are you on YouTube for? This is why they don't have private messaging on YouTube.
Can you stop being
a triggered individual and understand the double-edged sword of freedom? You have the right to say what you want.
Here's the other
Here's
side.
the other side. You also have the right to fuck somebody the hell off.
Right.
That's the
double-edged sword of freedom.
And
now we've jumped into another conversation. Go ahead.
I said I got rid of somebody and they got mad. I got rid of them. So if that's what it means, that's what that meant.
She went to her channel and she's streaming the audio through her channel is what she's doing.
Okay.
So now we've reached another plateau of the reason why I wanted to shut up earlier in the chat. Women scream for equality, but they don't understand what it means. Everybody screams for equality. They don't understand what it really means, what it really entails. And it goes back to the point of you'd rather maintain instead of defend what you have.
Right.
You get what I mean by those two words, right? You'd rather maintain your building and bills instead of defend for what you've earned in your existence. You'd rather maintain it instead of defend it. Because you you've insured your security to entities that do not have your best interest in mind. And those who tell you that the government actually has your best interest in mind, the controllers of these companies that we are all employees of since the day that we were given our social security numbers and our birth certificates, if you actually think they have your best interest in mind, you're a delusioned individual and you deserve to be punched right in the fucking face. And that last statement is actually my opinion. That last little piece, that you delusionary individuals deserve to be punched in the face. That is an opinion. And like I state to everyone I encounter, I'll tell you if something is a joke. I will tell you whenever it is my opinion. I will tell you whenever you reach the plateau of my understanding on a certain subject. I will tell you if I don't know anything about a subject. And I will also state the pre-recorded statement of I cannot confirm nor deny that Project X does or does not exist, nor if it's Y or Z. And those are your 5 plausibilities whenever you're getting information from me. And I will be direct, blunt, and frank with you.
It's Curse Zero, Stephanie. It's DQ's friend and talking about some things. I told him to let you guys know what he is discussing. He's discussing life.
I'm discussing reality that people choose to ignore.
Right.
See, this is where I actually beg to differ with the understanding of humans and their mistranslated use of words.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just merely here to tell you that there's another stage after puberty. You think I've reached a different level of consciousness? I didn't reach shit. I was always this consciously aware. Like I stated earlier, I am doing a different path.
Mm-hmm.
I am learning and understanding from the past as we are supposed to do. Things that were done by individuals who were self-empowered. I don't rely on another entity. I don't rely on a being of worship. The only thing I rely on is my spirit. And if you're just more or less going to poke and prod at the bottom of my feet at every statement I state, and not even be able to rise above this, then you're actually the issue, and this is why I'm standing here in front of you constantly. Every time you do, I'll come around and chop you right back down. This is why. This is why, Enochian. This is why. So go ahead. Go ahead. I need some reciprocation in order to reciprocate.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. I don't know why DQ left. She already knows I ain't on no sleep. Like, I'm back here trying to finish my hair. And again, I'm listening because I understand. So, like,
Queen's typing.
Huh?
Queen is typing, and no, I'm not projecting anger in any direction. I use Newton's second law of motion, which is every action has an equal and opposite reaction. I project my negativity to the universe as a whole, receiving an equal opposite amount of positive energy back from the universe. Now, trust me, this is nowhere near angry. This is nowhere near upset. Because I take the 6 seconds allowed for perception to perceive reality itself, to understand and containerize, not bottle up my emotions. And yes, that's a repeated statement, just in case you missed it. Oh, just to state something real quick, the difference between a troll and a goblin is obvious, because a goblin drops really good gold and can barely attack, whereas a troll just comes in and smash, 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 smash. Get the point? You see the difference? Goblins actually every now and then drop a lot of gold. This is why I play around with a goblin. But a troll, I'll just come out and take it out at the knee. You just come in and take it right the fuck out. There's no reason to sit here and banter with this thing, because all he's doing is smash, Hulk, smash. Point? See, now you're getting distracted instead of progressing, because you're more worried about defending yourself instead of enlightening yourself. Oops.
I apologize.
Oh, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the Enochian down there.
Oh.
And to add on to that, the new normal is to be offended, and I will never conform.
I'll never conform either, so I guess I'll just be the bad guy. Blame it all on me.
And this is why us that are resistance types, that are resistance army killers, we refuse to move because we do not want to be perceived as the bad guy, because we cause decimation with just an exhale.
Right.
And if we actually moved, we'd be perceived as the bad guy because everything would be gone. We just come through like a fucking tsunami, a fucking 150-foot tsunami, and wipe out the fucking planet. It's like, why do we want to be perceived as the bad guy whenever we're technically trying to not help, better humanity?
Right. I tried.
We're not trying to help humanity. We're trying to better humanity, period.
But after what this man did, like, I feel like brokenness again. Brokenness again.
Okay, you're telling an individual that was here before you were in this discussion that she hasn't had enough time, quote unquote, to read it all. She was here before you began to start putting down comments, so I'm quite sure she has read every single one of your mostly mundane comments. There was like one or two that weren't, but yeah, mostly mundane comments. Like I said, you're more worried about defending yourself instead of learning. Because nothing can be taught, everything must be learned. There isn't a moving forward yet. I'm still sitting on this rock waiting for the rest of the class to catch up. Because first you must blow away everything that you've been indoctrinated with for the past X amount of years that you have been in existence. That's first and foremost. You must blow away everything you've been indoctrinated
now
with.
You can see what it is. You have to get rid of personal stigmata before you begin to even travel down.
You begin to gather your dots.
Sure, you can glance at the path every now and then.
You begin to place your dots.
The path.
You begin to put together the picture, and now you can see what it is. You have to get rid of personal stigmata before you begin to even travel down the path. Sure, you can glance at the path every now and then, but you're never walking the path.
Being the intellectual I am, I was also a child that it had to be my way. Once I began to realize what the way
So you ever came across a child that it always had to be the kid's way? You ever came across a child like that? Being the intellectual I am, I was also a child that it had to be my way. Once I began to realize what the way was, I made the way my way.
And I will admit this. And whenever I came upon this understanding, I was like, that's the way.
You see how that works?
They know the way. And now, guess what? I know the way. Come with me. Follow me. I know the way. Come on.
You see how the way became my way? Because, like I stated, I was a child that it had to be my way. And I will admit this. And whenever I came upon this understanding, I was like, that's the way. They know the way. And now, guess what? I know the way. Come with me. Follow me. I know the way. Come on. Come on, I know the way. Let's go.
Has driven you to a point where you want to lash out, and they come.
And no, I'm not a dumbass in a white van trying to offer you fucking candy to jump in the van. And I'm not the dumbass in the black van that's going to jump out and black bag you, and nobody's going to ever see you the fuck again.
This is why I self-doubt.
I may be the motherfucker that makes that occur because of the information that you have acquired has driven you to a point where you want to lash out, and they come find you.
16, 15,
like
14.
They've attempted to me several times, and they figured out that I can't be black bagged. Don't try.
But obviously, they know how to capture
me. This is why I self-dock. Come at me, bro. What do you want to do? I can fight off these entities of the foot soldiers that they throw at me.
So
as long as their number is less than 16, 15, 14. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
And I start physically attacking them.
But obviously, they know how to capture me if they really want
There's a shit stain in the bottom of his gold toe.
So why do they leave me alone? And only do things to me whenever I become too irate.
Somebody else can speak.
And I start physically attacking them instead of just
I've got him in my
scaring
perception
Putin enough so that there's a shit stain in the bottom of his gold
what
toe.
I see, and I'm not liking what I see.
So I'm going to put a period here so somebody else can speak.
He is a strange colored entity. I'm not quite sure.
I see
it's like
what I see.
It's like if you put like a silver tint across, like if you made metallic purple. That's kind of what he looks like.
He is a strange colored entity. I'm not quite
like
sure.
one of them dull, shimmering,
It's like
metallic silver.
It's like if you put like
you get what
a
I'm trying to
silver
explain
tint
here?
across, like if you
get what
made
color I'm
metallic
trying to
purple.
explain?
That's
Hang
kind of
on,
what
I'm
he looks
typing
like.
something and you'll probably understand it when you read it.
Like one of them dull, shimmering, metallic silver, gray, purple.
And it's not the
You
aura.
get what I'm trying to
it's
explain here?
what's deep,
You get what
deep
color
down.
I'm trying to explain?
Hang on, I'm typing something. You'll
Because
probably understand.
everybody knows what empaths can read. Empaths can read emotions. Okay? I read intent.
Well, it's deep, deep down in the soul, and it's buried,
And it's
scratched
not the
up,
aura,
and
it's
black.
what's deep, deep down.
See it now?
Well, that's
Because
interesting.
everybody knows what empaths can read. Empaths can read emotion. Okay?
I can't believe he was
I read
actually able to pull
intent.
that out. Is he as dumb as what thought he was?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's deep, deep down in the soul, and it's buried, scratched up, and...
I was trying to be nice. You just said, nope, that's my battery. Look at this for a second, Z.
That's quite interesting. I saw that too.
Yes, people, true magic is being
I
performed
can't
right
believe he was
now
actually
on
able to pull that out.
stage.
Is he as dumb as what thought he was? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to be nice. You just said, nope, that's my battery. Look at this for a second,
full of
Z.
shit.
Well, you're looking in the body, I'm looking in the battery.
No.
There's actually about 5 dead entities inside of this darkened, scorched diamond object. They're already dead.
So there's
a lot of shit in here.
Ooh, there's a lot of shit in this meat suit.
Well, you're looking in the body. I'm looking in the battery. There's actually about 5 dead entities inside of this darkened, scorched diamond object.
No, it's just
They're
full
already
of shit.
dead.
So there's black crud everywhere, so that's taint.
There's a lot of
More like what you would find in the toilet in this 3D mundane land.
Excuse the pun.
Oh my goodness. Go back to the fern goal.
Is it taint or is it entity?
Kind of.
No,
There's
it's just full of
few
shit.
spots in here that are like that, but it's
So
mostly full of
there's
shit.
black crud everywhere. So that's taint.
There's more shit than it is
More like
the
what you would
black
find
and
in the
tar.
toilet in this 3D mundane land.
Oh my goodness. Go back to Fern Gully. You remember the taint monster? Does it look like that?
So it sounds like to me that he's been suffocated by mundane indoctrination that even killed the entities within
There's
himself.
more shit than it is the black and tar.
This guy has no more magic left.
No, because even his battery.
So it sounds like to me that he's been suffocated by mundane indoctrination
no longer have life.
that even killed the entities within himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's been filled up with.
Are you enjoying your illusion of a brunette bimbo bouncing on you?
No, because even his battery, the entity inside of the battery is, like I said, they're deceased. They no longer have life.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying your little illusion? Are you enjoying your illusion of a brunette bimbo bouncing on you there, Inakian? It's a good illusion, isn't it? Continuing forward with the actual discussion.
Ooh, I knew this wouldn't be able to hide from me. Get this shit all up out of here.
I smell shit.
Oh my gosh, it's even dripping off the ceiling. What the hell?
I know. Tell me about it. It's literal shit.
Ooh,
this dude's full of shit.
Be able to hide from me. Get the
There's got to be a reason all this shit is being created, though. It is a lot of pseudoscience in here.
Oh my gosh, it's even dripping off the ceiling. What the hell?
Yeah.
I see some individuals that are suffocated to the wall because of the enormous amount of pseudoscience.
This dude's full of shit.
Thank you for referring as pseudoscience as shit. Thank you.
There's got to be a
Because
reason
that
all this
is
shit
literally
being
the shit
created,
I'm
though.
seeing.
It is a lot of pseudoscience in here. I do see some taint.
We are actually within the
I see some individuals that are suffocated to the wall because of the enormous amount of
walking
pseudoscience.
through the spirit of Enochian at this point in time. Is that proper English so that you can attempt to comprehend what is going on?
Literally the shit I'm seeing.
Straight Dave, we are actually within the fourth dimensional perception where we are quantumly relocated
Holy
and
fuck, even his
walking
shoes
through
are
the
freaking
spirit
full of
of
shit.
Enochian at this point in time.
I'm about 15
Is that
feet
proper
behind you. What
English
did
so
you
that
just
you
walk
can
into?
attempt to comprehend
shoes
what
that
is
are
going
full
on?
of shit.
I didn't see where you turned.
Shoes that are full of shit.
Oh, damn.
A lot of mundane crap, I can tell you that.
Holy fuck, even his shoes are freaking
Ooh.
full of shit.
I'm about 15 feet behind you. What did you just walk into? Because I seen you
You're
turn,
gonna
but I
have
didn't see
to,
where you
because
turned.
whatever's
Shoes
all
that are
this
full of
shit that's in here, the taint hasn't even hit it yet.
A lot of
The
mundane
taint
crap,
dried
I
up
can
in
tell you that.
spots that frickin' never even grew.
Ooh.
I'm still looking around for the source of this.
You're gonna have to, because whatever all this shit that's in here,
English is in your original language.
taint
Well,
hasn't even
that's something we have in common because sound was my first language. I decided to choose English because, in my opinion, it was going to be the easiest iterated later on.
Oh, so English is in your original language. Well,
I did it for,
that's something we have in common because sound
easy
was my first language.
iteration.
I decided to choose English because, in my opinion, it was going to be the easiest iterated
but it can
later
mean this
on.
word as long as this word is put here and that word is put there.
Oh, there's the revolver plug. I've been looking
I did
for
it
your
for
ass.
easy
I've already walked past
iteration.
that. I'm
I didn't
actually
do
over
it
here
for
Oh, thanks.
accessibility of
Could I use that?
this word can mean this word is also
Should've
that
known
word is
that
also
it
that
near
word,
the
but it
toes.
can mean this word as long as this word is put here and that word is put there.
oh, there's the revolver plug.
Now that I've found the place where the diamond was plucked from.
Oh, I've already walked past that. I'm actually over here now.
Oh, thanks.
So David is from Sweden,
Could I
so
use that?
please bear with them. You
Should've
may
known
not
that.
understand, he said.
Not a lot of people would understand what we're
I've
doing.
actually been polite to him.
Sure, thank you. He's a really nice guy.
Not a lot of people will
Now that I've
understand
found the
what we're
place
doing.
where the diamond was plucked
trying
from.
to explain to you instead of just calling you.
So David is from Sweden, so please bear with them. Again,
May not understand, he
Straight
said.
Dave has a
I've actually been polite to him.
Sure, thank you. He's a
It's
really
okay.
nice guy.
We're
Just to let him know that was me
we're
being
doing
polite, trying
something
to
else in the
explain to
4D
you
to
instead
him.
of just calling you an idiot.
We've
I
just
actually
pulled out a
explained it.
diamond
I appreciate it.
from him.
Again, Dave, Straight Dave has a spanner like
um,
you, but this Enoch person, we don't even know.
It's very
If you
black.
want to get rid of him, D, just get rid of him.
No,
We're stripping this one, right? We're not eradicating. We're stripping this one, right?
Oh, he's no good no more.
We've
He
just
don't even have any
pulled
magic
a
left.
diamond
Come over here and go in
from
this
him.
door that's on the floor, and you'll be really happy.
Ooh, a trapdoor.
Oh!
You see this door on the floor? Go down here,
So
and you'll be really happy. There's a lot
we're
of things down there that you will want.
we're stripping this one, right? We're not eradicating. We're stripping this
Yeah,
one,
he
right?
doesn't even have any magic left.
Oh, he's no good.
That's how.
Oh,
full
okay,
of
okay.
shit
Come
he
over
is.
here and come over here and go in this door that's on the floor, and you'll be really happy. See this door on the floor?
Trapdoor.
You see this door on the floor? Go down here, and you'll be really happy. There's a lot of things down there that you will want. Since we're stripping this one.
Before, so I'm definitely taking this back to the lab.
Yeah, get what you need out of him before. Ah, there's my trusty knife.
And I've never seen taint in this
Thank you, grandmother,
molecular
for
state
saving
before,
this thing
so
in
I'm
here.
definitely taking this back to the lab.
Yeah, get what you need out of him before. There's my
Did you hear that?
trusty knife.
Not
You better
really.
hurry up.
Cutting
Thank
things
you,
up.
grandmother, for saving this thing in here.
All the shit is out of him.
You realize this? There's some
Wait.
kind of defensive
Did you hear
mechanism
that?
in here, and we have to get out of here before
We better
everything
hurry up.
becomes incinerated. It might be the reason for all the feces everywhere.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure, but,
That makes logical sense.
Everything's going to become incinerated here very shortly, so we might want to get out of here and gather
He
everything that we
realizes
can.
Yeah.
there's some
makes
kind of
lots of
defensive
sense, 'cause this
mechanism
guy's
in
about to
here, and
blow
we
up.
have to get out of here before everything becomes incinerated.
You're
It
about to
might
go
be the reason for all the feces everywhere.
Heard an automatronic
I'm not sure,
voice
but
go off and say,
everything's going to become incinerated here very shortly, so we might want to get out of here and gather everything that we
did you
can.
hear that?
Nope.
That makes lots of sense because this guy's about to blow
So
up.
we have about 8 seconds left.
Let's go.
This.
I literally heard an
Of course I'm out.
automatronic voice go off and say, incineration in T minus 58 seconds. And I'm like, did you hear that?
Nope.
So we have about 8 seconds left.
Okay, so that was,
I need this, and this.
Like, as soon as we
Are
acknowledged
you
what
out?
we was doing,
Of
it
course
was
I'm out.
like a defensive mechanism kicked in, and I
My
started
turn.
hearing things move, and then I heard an animatronic voice come across in a loud-ass fucking voice, like, whoa, did you hear that? I definitely heard that.
Well, I'm glad you heard it, because I would have exploded.
Okay, so that was fun. Like, as soon as we acknowledged what we was doing, it was like a defensive mechanism kicked in, and I started hearing things move, and then I heard an animatronic voice come across in a loud-ass fucking voice, like, whoa, did you hear that?
Oh,
I definitely heard that.
Well, I'm glad you heard it because I would have exploded with it.
Dude, that's not fucking cool.
I already planned on blowing up the entity before we officially left this perception anyway. I just made sure to blow it up 2 seconds before it did its cleansing. Its incineration, as they called it.
Yeah.
That wasn't cool.
Oh, that was full of shit.
Oh, shit! Dude, that's not fucking cool.
The exact timer that he was supposed to incinerate.
I actually brought a vial of the feces, and it just exploded inside the vial.
Yeah, that vial just exploded.
That wasn't cool.
You seen it here first, people. Whatever you want
At
to call
the
that.
exact timer that he was supposed to incinerate. So that might have been a good theory that all the feces around was part of the incineration process, because that vial just exploded.
The more spiritual version of an
You've seen it
exorcism.
here first, people.
This is the basic standpoint in order to actually go in and cause an eradication or
Yes, this is what some
it's more
preachers of the Christian religion. This is the more spiritual version of an exorcism.
Learn.
This is the basic standpoint in order to actually go in and cause an eradication or what you choose.
Everything within your perception.
It's more a spiritual,
puts you inside
metaphysical version of that.
And then
because
quantum foam,
once you learn and understand that you can stand on top of a quantum foam bubble, and then you come to realize that everything within your perception puts you inside of a quantum foam bubble.
This is more microscopic
and then quantum foam
I was talking about atoms
is the smallest perceivable, well, excuse me, the smallest known thing to humanity.
You notice how he left after I pulled out that diamond?
Thing is quantum foam. This is more microscopic than a quark that I heard earlier whenever I was talking about atoms and we were on the atomic level. This is even tinier than a quark. It's quantum foam.
You notice how
I
he
have no
left
clue.
after I
There's
pulled out
a
that
drunk
diamond?
parrot that is asking about an
Right.
AP.
I'm sorry.
What is AP?
Okay.
A drunk parrot is talking about AP, and then we'll get to
What is
Forky
an
Innocent
AP?
shortly.
There's a drunk
Nobody knows what
parrot
AP
that is asking
Okay,
about an AP.
Thought creates reality. Perception controls reality.
I'm sorry?
As gratitude is the secret.
What is AP?
This is not a hologram.
A drunk parrot is talking about
This is
AP,
merely
and then we'll get to
perception.
Forky
This
is Innocent
reality.
shortly.
This isn't cinematics. This is
Nobody
reality.
knows what AP
This isn't
is?
a hologram.
Okay,
We're not inside of a hologram.
Thought creates reality. Perception controls reality. As gratitude is the
Holographic.
secret.
It's
This is
digital
not a
in sense.
hologram. This is merely perception. This is reality.
Digital
This
is a
isn't
better word than holographic.
cinematics. This
Drunk-
is reality. This isn't a
Parrot, you're
hologram.
gonna have to
We're not
elaborate
inside of a hologram.
while I do my thing on you.
It's not holographic. It's digital, is a sense. Digital is a better word than
No,
holographic.
he is not reading a book.
Drunk
Not a
parrot, you're
physical,
gonna have to
third-dimensional,
elaborate
tangible
while
book, but I do know how to pull books from my library.
No, he's not reading a book.
Not a physical,
AP
third-dimensional,
is
tangible
not
book,
a
but I do know how to pull
empathic
books from my library.
knowledge. Sorry, you're reading something that is false.
Empaths read emotions.
Not whatever AP is.
Empaths are not, fuck.
AP is not a
Telepathic. Empaths are not telepathic.
Sorry, you're reading
That's the
something
word.
that is
Empaths are not telepathic.
Empaths read emotions.
Telepaths can read your thoughts. Empaths can read your
Empaths
emotions.
are not,
I am a psionic user. I know how to read your intent.
Telepathic. Empaths
Those
are not
three different
telepathic.
And clairvoyance.
That's the word. Empaths are not telepathic. Telepaths can read your thoughts.
Spirituality
Empaths can read your emotions. I am a psionic user. I know how to read your intent.
I do not precise to a one world spirituality
And those are three different
concept.
words. And clairvoyance? Ooh.
Nor do I conform with such stupidity of mundane spirituality nonsense either.
can mean different things for different
Do you realize that the Jedi eradicated the
I
Sith?
do not precise to
So there was only two remaining.
Spirituality concept.
I think those are quite the.
And I'm sorry if I seem
I think
to.
they're quite bad in my opinion.
I'm sorry if I seem to use high-level intelligence for this sheeple-minded
Do you
brain
realize that the Jedi eradicated the Sith?
of this person, but
so there was only two
you can't
remaining.
figure that one out.
I think those are quite the.
Maybe you should
I don't
relearn.
think those are good guys. I think they're quite bad in my
things to
opinion.
what you're trying to concept.
Maybe you need to look into the aspect of Qui-Gon Jinn before you decide whether you like the Sith or the Jedi. You should look into Qui-Gon Jinn's path. Too bad he was cut down short.
Maybe you should relearn different things. What you're trying to
Maybe you need to look into the aspect of Qui-Gon Jinn before you decide whether you like the Sith or the Jedi. You should look into Qui-Gon Jinn's path. Too bad he was cut down short.
I need a moment.
Okay.
If we want to go Star Wars.
We have a person on the stage.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Okay, I need a moment. I need a moment.
Okay.
Living?
So update. What's the 4114-114-114?
We have a person on.
1 0 0 0 1 0
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hey, no, hey, listen, guys, I had a fucking
Yeah. What's
long
new?
day. I've been doing community service today, so it's one of them days, but I'm
Give me
fucking
some
tired.
update. What's 4114
So,
114 114?
big up to all you lot, man.
1 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 1
We have just done a ratification.
Hey, no, hey, listen, guys. I had a
Thank you for coming.
long
I
day.
appreciate you.
I've been
MC's
doing
from
community
the
service
UK.
today, so it's one of them days.
It's not
So I'm
really a
fucking
good time
tired.
right now, Andy.
Janet, calm down.
Big up to all you lot,
Please
man.
just
What you
please
saying,
go to
man?
real. I don't want people hearing that he thinks that I'm trying to steal his
MC, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. MC from the UK. It's not really a good time right now, Andy.
I was fucking cleaning up great.
Janet, where do you
Could you
say
just
that?
please go to real? I don't want people hearing that he thinks that I'm trying to steal his
Okay.
Yeah. It's not true
Let
what
him.
he's saying, but
Sister Janet, let me give my piece. Yeah, I've just come from doing community service. Yeah? I was fucking cleaning up graveyard. Cemetery, yeah?
Sister Janet,
Yeah.
you're stronger than that.
So I've got back home and I jumped on the wrong. Hey, don't get emotional, sister. What
No.
happened?
They're already over there talking shit about me.
I mean,
So.
I don't know if you're here just to ask
Yeah.
Okay. Wait.
Whatever he's
Hold
saying
your
is
horses.
right.
Sorry,
Just go with
I
his
didn't know what
narrative
fucking
and
channel I jumped on. It just let
continue to
me
be
on.
great over there.
And Sister Janet, you're stronger than that, man. Come on, man.
Janet,
I'm fine.
Janet,
Sure?
Janet.
People from over there are going to trigger me. So again, please, I mean, I don't know if you're here just to ask questions, but like,
No.
whatever he's saying is right. So just go with his narrative and continue to be great over there.
Sister Janet,
This shit over here. I don't want to have another fucking anxiety.
Janet.
No, Sister Janet, please. Bear with me.
Come on,
Yeah?
man. Anyway,
Don't-
everyone else on the panel.
Don't get broken
I'm
down, yeah?
picking you
Don't
out,
get
but
broken.
we're having a
I've told you
discussion,
I've
so I
come from
kind
doing
of need you to
community
pay
service.
attention to the
I've been
discussion,
seeing fucking
or you
cemetery,
have to
man.
wait for
It's
another
no big
time,
deal.
sweetheart.
What I mean, sister,
okay,
come on, you're stronger than that, man.
Where
Come
can
on,
you
man.
come in and be messy and just say whatever? This is
Don't,
my
now
channel.
you're picking
We're
me
having
up.
a topic
Come on, man.
discussion with the
Anyway,
round
hello
table.
everyone else on the
So
panel,
you
man.
introduce
No,
yourself
I'm
to
fine.
everybody
Picking
where
you
you're
out, but we're having
from,
a
and then they can do
discussion, so
that
I need
too.
you to
Nobody knows where I'm from. Nobody knows where I'm from. I mean,
You'll have to
Okay.
wait for another time, sweetheart.
for you, because
Okay,
I love and
listen.
respect you.
Sister
Real
Janet,
channel where can you come in and be messy and just say whatever. This is my channel, and we're having a topic discussion with the round table. So you introduce yourself to everybody where you're from, and then they can do that too.
no, nobody knows where I'm from. Nobody knows where I'm from. I'm English. Okay, Sister Janet, what I'll do
Sweetie.
for you, because I love and respect you, I'll be quiet. I'm
Calm.
gonna mute myself. I'll be quiet.
You can do this. Don't even pay attention
There
to
we go.
them.
Big up.
Don't even pay attention. They are irrelevant.
I'm watching your show because I want not. I can't do it. DQ.
Calm. You can do this. Don't even pay attention to them.
You don't need to give
Don't
them
even
any
pay
energy.
They
Don't
are
give them your
irrelevant.
tears. Don't give them anything that you possess. They are not worth it.
Queen, I can fuel her, but I can't siphon from her.
Of
I don't
course.
know why.
You don't need to give them.
Just
any
give her as
energy.
much
Like, I almost
energy as
just
she
lost
can
a
do.
hand.
Don't give them your
Like, I almost
tears
just lost a hand to
give
try
them
to siphon
anything
something from
that
her.
you possess. They are not.
Just give her the energy
Queen,
that she
I can
needs to
fuel her, but I
combat
can't
this
siphon from her.
mundane stupidity from
I don't know
people
why.
who want to do this to her.
Just give
Like,
her
I
as
almost
She
much
needs
just
the
lost a
strength
hand.
to be able to deal
Like,
with
I
it.
almost just lost a hand to try to siphon something from her.
Just give her the energy that she
Oh, I'm
needs
fine,
to
Forky. We're
combat
just
this
helping out a friend to get
mundane
stronger.
stupidity from people who want to do this to her. She needs the strength to be able to deal with it.
Don't overload her. Give it to her bits at a time to where she can handle it.
Oh, I'm fine.
Oh, I have a stream.
Helping out
I have a stream going. And like I said, I tried to siphon and I almost lost my hand. Like as soon as I went to go siphon and the energy made contact with my hand, it literally charred my fucking hand. I was like, oh shit.
Don't overload her. Give it to her bits at a time to where she can handle it.
Janet,
I have a stream.
Do not
I have a stream going.
Your energy.
And like I said, I tried to siphon and I almost lost my hand. Like as soon as I went to go siphon and the energy made contact with my hand, it literally charred my fucking hand. I was like, oh,
they are
shit.
not worthy of your essence.
No, Blacklist, you're fine.
Janet, these people do not deserve your
It's fine. I'm just, again, I'm really going no sleep. And, you know, I feel like MC triggered me because it's not that I don't like him. It's just that he comes from over there. So.
And they will, and you have to get stronger in order to handle them.
Whatever.
I am. It's fine. I'm just, again, I'm really going to no sleep.
All these lies were created.
Don't worry about the lies.
I feel like MC triggered
the lies
me
are just that. You don't need to prove shit to anybody.
It's not that I don't like him. It's just that he comes from over there. So.
And they will, and you have to.
If they can't like you for who you are and stand with you for who you are, then they don't deserve any tears, any sadness.
All these lies
nothing.
Were created.
The only ones that deserve that are your close knit
You don't need to prove
people.
Shit to anybody.
I know.
Technically, the veil is being serrated. The veil is not rising. The veil is not falling. The veil is tearing and ripping.
The only ones that deserve that are close knit people.
Just to clarify.
Technically, the veil is being serrated. The veil is not rising. The veil is not falling. The veil is tearing and ripping.
Evil humans are using technology and employing magic to the understanding that...
Just to clarify.
Okay, like Riddick says, you're going to need another kind of evil to combat evil. So, going forward...
We're kind of going back to... we're kind of also on the verge because of the way the elite/evil humans are using technology and employing magic to the understanding that... Okay, like Riddick says, you're going to need another kind of evil to combat evil. So, going forward, the point behind that is that the evil humans/elite individuals are technically on the verge of recreating roughly something that happened 15, 18, 13,000 years ago, where there was a dimensional tear. And at that point in time, it was from 2D, which is how my actual marionetteist that is controlling the marionette host, not host as in the host of the show, the host of this reality, your body. I refuse to call it a vessel because we are not constantly moving through water. So, at that point in time, 13, 15, 18,000 years ago, there was a dimensional rift that opened. A rip, a tear, a seam came undone of the dimension. And many lower dimensional beings came through.
So that's the simple
individuals known as Toth, Aragoth, and Ra sent back many of them. And this is why I state that Egyptian beings of worship technically walked upon this planet and are not considered Tolpas, because many of them walked upon this planet. They had their souls, S-O-L-E, bottoms of their feet on this planet. So that's the simple dividing line of Tolpas. Moving forward from that class once again, they closed the dimensional rifts after they took back as many entities as they was able to find. And now the big ass circle has come around of the progression of the equinox, where we will have here shortly within the next, I don't know, fucking 30 years. I don't know whenever it's projected, but the North Pole is already zooming towards fucking Siberia. It's on a fucking zoom. It's flying towards Siberia. And what I'm talking about is this: the sun will go out. Not electricity will. The sun will go out for 2 to 4 Terran days, Earth days. And then it'll suddenly turn back on, and it'll rise in the west and set in the east, and the poles will be in opposite locations than what they are now. Magnetic poles. This is all part of the symphony of the synchronicity of the universe. This is what occurs. And when they're like she says, everything must be in line. Whenever everything all adds up, because I do actually think. Now here's a think. This goes into the actual coincidence, plausible conspiracy theories, where they are waiting for an exact moment in order to turn on their machine, in order to rip the veil. And this is where the beginning of the conversation was, so that we can come full circle with the conversation. Because the veil is shredding. And if they rip the veil manually, synthetically, they are doing something that is against the actual creation of creation. They're going against the frequency of the synchronicity of the symphony of the universe. These are big words, but these are the best words to use for what I'm trying to describe. Everything in motion is in motion, and it's quite the symphony of synchronicity. So, 2 plus 2 equals 4, minus 1 equals 3. Quick maths. But did you know 1 plus 1 equals 2, but 1 and 1 is 3? They're coming to take me away, haha. They're coming to take me away, ho ho, hee hee, haha. To the funny farm, my life is happy all the time. They're coming to take me away, ha! Okay, I'm back. Flashback over. Oh, period.
Oh, now we're all muted.
Anthony, this is not real show. Why are you doing that? Again, this is not his show. Yeah, he needs to go drink alcohol and be great over there. Yeah, no, he's thinking this is real show because we were together. They're just trying to troll me. Whatever, I'm the bad guy. I did all these horrible things. I called him a troll. Now his life is ruined. Like, what they fucking do? Are we done yet? Like, I'm over it. I don't want nobody here talking about that dumb shit. We're talking about something else. If y'all can't respect Zero, then again, you'll fucking get timed out. And don't fucking say real or any of that shit on my fucking show. Don't speak of him. Don't talk about him. Don't say shit about him or you'll get blocked.
I always need that extra boost whenever it's going against Shiva, which is one of the tougher tulpas to extinguish. That was towards the comment of I am CERN.
Well, looks like somebody likes what's being talked about.
Being as though CERN actually worships the tulpa Shiva, which is, to my perception, a non-Native American Indian god. You know, dot, not feathers. That's not racist. That's just clarification. That's not racist. That's clarification.
Get it right, don't get it twisted.
So, basically, what I've heard from a few things is that Shiva is creation and destruction, and we're not talking about Shiva, which is a female and uses ice. We're talking about Shiva, which is a male and has several arms and several faces. And I think also several legs, but I can't quite remember. The fuck's going on here? Okay, I'm officially lost and I'm shutting up.
I'm sorry.
I got lost because I read another comment.
Oh.
Fuck it.
I know, fuck it. I'm actually back here doing my hair.
Queen.
Sister. Oh. What's an epic goat? Oh, Fork said, continue, I want to hear.
Ding, now I'm on YouTube side.
Oh, okay, hi. So, interesting. I'm still trying to figure my hair. We just had a drunk lost in the chat room. Like, how the hell did he come all the way from the dirty pond?
Across the pond, definitely not the poison pond of Gerald Gardner. Oh gosh. Let's not get Queen started. I smelt the spark from the embers.
You probably saw the spark from the embers too.
Every time I bring up Shitface Gardner, because he doesn't deserve any other title except for Shitface Gardner.
Shitface. I like Shitface. I think I want to use that.
Yeah.
Name Shitface.
Yeah, to the point of my actual comment, we're talking about across the pond. You're not talking about the pond that Gerald Gardner poisoned of magic, where you technically need items to perform magic.
Yeah, I don't know about no pond. I don't know nothing about that shit. Everything I know, I'm erasing it. So don't know no pond shit. Don't know no pond people.
Like, you want to trigger me? You actually want to see me a little bit triggered? Talk about Uncle Sam's hat having stripes. Talk about the Monopoly guy having a monocle. You really want to trigger me? You want to trigger me? Are we going to talk about the bloodstained bears?
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about Kit Kat technically having a hyphen? Do you want to trigger me? I don't think you actually want to see
It really
me.
did have a hyphen. No, it really did have a hyphen.
Oh, Enoch, if you actually saw the ancient text, you wouldn't.
And I'm actually a truck stop whore, and I sell my body on the internet for 10 cents a minute.
Shit, take that as a compliment.
Well, hey, check this one out. It is completely legal to walk up to a woman and state, "Hey, I'll give you $20 if you show me your tits." And the only charge will be the assault against her whenever she slaps you.
Well,
why? Because you get
harassing men. So
yeah, listen. Why?
To be harassed by Empress Janet? Call me. Y'all
check this out. Check this out. You can technically proposition a female to see her naked. You are not allowed to give a female money for touching her body. So, in review, walking up to a female in the grocery store, stating that you want to see her tits for money, you want to see her tits for money is completely legal. But if you proposition a woman to touch her body for money, then you can go to jail. But it is completely legal to ask her to look at her body for money, because this is the reason why OnlyFans can exist.
Right.
It's the loophole of the law. Like the loophole of abstinence is anal, and it's also the best kind of birth control. Continuing forward, everybody.
Continuing forward. Janet's single, stayed single all year. Nobody could prove that I dated or wanted anything. Deny. I ain't
It's been
never been in
complicated
love
since
with nobody.
It's been complicated since April 8th, 2008.
Yep, I ain't been in love with nobody. I don't love shit but my motherfucking kids. You know that. Damn, this much to do, DQ. Just this much. Look, this is all I got left. This is this little ass fucking piece. I can't even focus on anything but getting this stupid hair done.
Blow Jiden.
I ain't got no words. I'm about to go to Texas and visit John. John's my new white boy. I got a boyfriend. So I broke up with that UK, whatever that shit was over there, and got me a real boyfriend over here. I don't know. I don't know about all that other stuff, sister, but we about to come to California. Me and my white boy.
Like Tupac always said, California knows how to party.
Period. He gonna come up from Texas to get me, and we gonna keep going, girl. Sorry, I got ADHD. I'm just trying to focus on this damn braid. I want this shit done. I gotta run and do something, DQ, and then I gotta get in bed. I ain't slept all day. And again, when I wake up, all that trouble, I ain't got no trouble, but I better not hear about this shit again. I know that.
Don't even give it any thought.
Well, I mean, I'm not, but I am, because again, I know he created lies and narratives. That's why I left his ass alone. Like,
let him.
I don't want to be with content creators that lie. Like, this man's up here telling the truth, and they don't even want to hear the shit.
Janet.
That's crazy.
Janet.
They want to hear lies.
Janet.
Yeah.
That's all they can do, is tell lies. That's all they got. And if you have to resort into telling lies about somebody that ain't the truth, you've already lost.
Yep, I know. He already lost.
So let him keep talking out of his ass, because that's all he can do, is talk out of his ass.
Period.
So let him do it. Whatever narrative he wants to create about you, let him do it, because it only...
Oh, I am. I'm everything he says. Matter of fact, I did everything he said. Yup.
Sweetie.
I'm just going with that. Fucking, I'm the evilest, devilish woman out here. I could touch you and turn you into fucking stone. Ram.
Sweetie. Whatever he chooses to state, it just shows how immature he is. Let him look like a fool.
Our friendship meant nothing, and that's what I'm upset about. I never was with this man. I never wanted to be with this man. I thought our friendship and business was good enough. But again, since I'm a female, and a black female at that, he thought he was a white man over there in the fucking UK. So again, here he go with his white people lies. Because again, he fucking doxed me, and I fucking brought his fucking stream down. I brought his goddamn channel down.
Janet.
So I'm not ashamed to say it. You fucking dox me again, and I'm gonna rip their fucking spines out. And this time, I'm not even gonna smile at your monkey ass.
Janet, let him look like the fool he is.
He is.
You have no. You don't need to put.
I just hate having feelings. Like I don't want no feelings.
You don't even need to put your energy towards it.
Honey, too much energy was already put, honey.
Yeah.
Can't take back what was stolen, honey. Now he's trying to suck the rest dry as if he can do something to me.
Sweetie, let him look like a fool because that's all he can do.
I know. But it ain't my, I still want to attack.
You don't need to.
Well, I like to.
You don't need to. There are just some things that you need to go, okay, I don't need to fight this. I will let whatever happens on its own. And you know what he's going to get out of that? He's
right where I found his ass. I'm gonna leave him right where the hell I found his ass, and he looked better. Because again, he could never, honey.
Janet,
he's so done out here.
Janet,
it's ridiculous. Because fathers did it. He already sealed it for me. So I ain't not worried about it. I'm just again the flesh. My flesh wants it. I ain't got no problem, honey. I will kill it with my bare hands to feed my children. Don't ever think that these words will not shoot you. It's a shotgun. It's not a knife. So again, I have to hold the gun back because again, everybody wants to be fired or shit. We some tooting, gun-toting motherfucking Americans. You don't think that I won't do that shit in my mouth over there to some fucking pond, wallow, pond, really? Like, so yes, I understand what you're saying. It's hard not to.
I know.
Especially when you're fucking lying. My eyes are turning green. Like my fucking eyes are going from gold to green. So I'm trying to stop it, DQ, but you keep talking, ain't fucking helping. And I'm just saying, it's not fucking helping. The eyes are turning green. So you are not stopping it. So please don't keep doing that. You're making it worse. They're turning green. Again, she's coming out. If I don't shut up or do something else, come on. You already know, sister. I'm going to do it anyway. The green eyes is going to do it, honey. She's going to come out, honey. She's already halfway. You ain't hear the tears? That's what I'm saying. You're not going to keep lying on me. You're not going to keep lying on me. You're not going to keep lying on me. Like, you're not. And you want fucking attention. So I understand. I understand, sister, but the energy's too much. It's just too much. I'd rather say that it's fucking too much. I'd rather say it's a code fucking red. And I'm on no sleep. So again, if I go over there, I will burn the fucking down. It will come down again. The whole fucking shit will come down. I already gave him one motherfucking warning. He want the rest. He can have a smoke. He trying to say that a bitch was in love. I'm not in love with nothing but the universe. I'm married to the universe. I don't got time for these motherfuckers. You ain't never heard me talk about I need a man. I don't need one. I'm perfectly content with everything that I'm given. I ask for nothing and get everything. So they're going back to brown. Well, this one's still green. This one's brown. Like, I don't know what to tell you, sister. I got to tell you because you got to hear me. You just as much, you just like me. So again, there's something you can say, which you haven't said nothing. And again, it's going down. Because sometimes silence is better. I can't think. I can't. There's too many fucking voices that are telling me how to do it, where to do it, which way to go, how to go. I don't want to hear all that shit. I just want this peace that I was trying to find, but I can't find peace with lies. The motherfucker ain't said one truth yet. It's to the point where he blamed this man. You should take fucking responsibility for your own goddamn actions. And just because you didn't like how you got played like a fucking fiddle, it's not my goddamn problem. But when you start talking about innocent people that have jack shit to do with your motherfucking feelings, I'm going to feel some type of way. So forgive me. But yeah. And then sending fucking MC Anthony over here was another plot to troll me. Like, so he just keeps testing me, keeps fucking shooting guns. He want to shoot his little fucking pee-pee little gun over there. I'll send the fucking missile again. And this time the shit's gonna blow the fuck up. All right, I'm going back to finish my hair. I'm still here. But again, fucking assholes, man.
So I put it in chat. I was actually able to siphon while you was going green, so to speak. And now it's like, now I can't do it anymore officially. Yeah, for a good fucking 312 seconds, I was able to siphon for a bit.
Meaning?
I don't know.
What does siphon mean, sir? Or
siphon, used as an example, you know how you put a hose in the tank of a car and you begin to suck on the hose and you take it out and you put it into the gas tank?
Yes.
Okay, siphon as an example.
Okay.
Like I was fueling you and I'm still sitting here fueling you, but while your eyes were green, I was able to actually siphon some negativity out of you. But no, now it's starting to burn again and I'm not doing it.
Well, I felt a little better, but it's not working because it keeps coming back.
And why am I able to do that? Because I'm also a psionic vampire. I've sworn off actual human flesh for quite a few centuries because I've noticed that psionic energy is much more tasty and satisfying.
It's more like got a sweet taste to it. Stop that! Not now!
I feel better though. Whatever it was trying to get me. So like I said, I'm gonna go back to not caring. Because for some reason this shit is running space in my fucking mind. It's not making any sense because I don't give a fuck about him. I don't care about him. And maybe I'm just saying that so I don't care. I don't know. It's not making
Okay. You're on your hands and knees inside of the maze. I'm trying to stand you up and make you realize that there's no ceiling or roof on this maze. You can simply fly out of it. Turn the pain into power. This is how superheroes learn to fly.
But I feel like I need to still ask how to do that. And I feel like I should already know how to do that because I do it. I do it. But there's something wrong. This was not meant to happen.
True focus lies between rage and serenity.
I just want to know why he's acting all fucking weird if he didn't care. Like, it means he fucking cares.
Yeah, well, it means that he gave a fuck enough to come back and retaliate because you stated something he did not like.
So he didn't care. He just likes to be petty. Got it.
Yeah, he's a petty, mundane human.
Right. That makes more sense. Because he never cared.
Yeah, that is human. Whatever memory, this got to be the right guy. Yeah, because you're flowing on it right this second. Well,
right.
Was because the ever fleeting present. Oh shit, there another one went. Damn it. Okay, continuing forward. Yeah, that definitely smells human.
I don't know why he has such an impact. Like, I don't understand. I don't even do shit like that. And again, it's almost like he created a story to believe that I was in love with him, and I'm not. But it's almost like it's put on me by something. I'm not in love with him. I don't even fucking know him.
To Queen's comment of I don't do relationships, I do cooperative mutual understandings, and that's a physical aspect where we are both cooperating. This is mutual, and we have the understanding that no negativity will come from our actions afterwards. Because some of them bitches like to say, pound me too. And that's definitely not the right way to say that, but that's a pound sign, just to let you know.
I just feel like somehow I over exaggerated something because I didn't want it anymore. Because like even when you said that I got rid of your troll, he's the one that said, I'll troll you, Janet. I never said he was my troll, did I?
No, I shut him down, and you realize that I shut him down, and I think he left. Did you boot him out, or did he walk away after?
He quit.
Right. I shut him down.
Right.
Like I said, you take a troll out at the knee. You actually play with goblins every now and then if you're interested in the gold they may or may not drop.
I called him a troll. He's the one that came up here when he first came up with an attitude. And then he was like, you want me to troll you, Janet? And I was, he was like, he trying to embarrass me in front of you guys. He was trying to start something in front of y'all. He wasn't caring what we talked about. He didn't come in with manners. He didn't come in and say, hi, I'm real. None of that. And he's trying to blame me. And that for some reason, that shit is weird. It's on me. I can't even shake it off. As if he's trying to make it like I did something. Because he doesn't like what I said. That's weird. That he could do that. Because Mr. Unknown couldn't do that. Mr. Unknown's a fucking liar. He's psycho.
Beta males are gonna do what they.
This one is almost like he fell for the trick that I set him up in. I set him up to see if he cared because he was trying to act like he didn't care. But all his shit looks like he cares.
To play with.
I'm in the process of doing something and sending it to Queen, and I'd like her to read it out loud.
Okay.
And then we will elaborate upon it as soon as I get it properly in order to send it.
Sure.
Because the nature of it will be understood as soon as we begin to discuss. It'll be like, oh my gosh, what the hell does that word mean? Because I go by technical definitions to preface this conversation. I was charged with terrorism shortly after 9/11. The reason why I got off, because the technical definition of terrorism is a group of people is in fear of your actions or words. Now, are not these alphabet organizations terroristic?
Yes.
Okay, so I've sent Queen an image, and it's the definition of friend, and we're going to define the word friend. Queen, can you please read?
Yes, I will. Okay. A person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically
exclusively. This is the key word. Everybody remember, she just said typically exclusive. Now everybody knows what the word exclusive means. Okay, finish the definition.
Exclusive of sexual or family relationship.
So either in order to be a friend, by technical dictionary definition, you must have had sexual interactions with the individual, or they must be a family member. This is why I have many acquaintances and few friends.
So sharing sexual pictures together, that don't count?
Physical sexual interaction counts. The answer is no, this is a high school relationship.
That's what it said, a crush. A crush of something that wasn't serious. It wasn't that serious.
They can't even be called a friend because you never touched their penis and they never touched your vag, just to be blunt and frank about it.
Okay.
Or tits or ass or etc. They never had physical interaction with your body, is the point here.
He was never my friend. Got it. Okay.
They never had sexual, intimate interaction with you.
Right. You're right.
So they cannot be deemed a friend unless they have or they are a family member related by blood. These are friends.
Gotcha. Well, maybe I
so
should
that's
apologize.
Dictionary definition.
Well, maybe I should apologize to him for assuming that we were friends. I feel like I need to apologize because I'm an empath. And DQ knows all the time that
you don't need to apologize for shit.
I think I finally smelt what you are. You are a clairvoyant oracle. Oracle sees future events that can plausibly occur because of the choices that will be made. Now, a clairvoyant has the ability to literally read anything. That's the pure and simple difference between what I can do, which is read intent, what an empath can do, which is queen, that she can read emotions. No, a clairvoyant can read everything.
I tried to tell DQ this.
Like everything. Like not just the intention.
Right.
Not just the emotion.
Right.
Not just the aura.
I know the
not just the energy. Everything. And yes, I understand the overwhelmation because you're seeing the sorrow that is to come.
Yeah. And I feel his. I already see the apology and all that. That's why I said, should I just do it now and fucking get it over?
Whoa, holy shit, that's a big ass siphon bubble. What the hell are you doing?
I don't think she knows.
Huh? I don't know.
Do you know what you are doing, honey?
No, I have too much weird shit going on. I think I really like the fucking man. Like, I really think I liked him. I don't know. Because, again, weird shit just be happening. Like, weird shit. People talked about chemistry. I felt it, though. People saw it. I felt it, though. So, what the... I don't want to talk anymore. Sorry. My eyes are turning green.
See what I just said? A big ass siphon bubble just came through the fucking tube. And then she states her eyes are turning green again. But do you know who the green-eyed entity is, not the brown-eyed entity? Because I'm able to siphon off of them without being burnt.
Is it Wendy who has green eyes, Janet?
I only turn green when I cry and get angry about something I care about.
Oh, makes sense.
I can't feel. Something made me feel. So something's off balance.
I've been doing things for at least 34 minutes while you've been on your hands and knees in the middle of the maze.
What is that?
I've been giving you energy and been allowing you to know whenever I notice that I'm able to siphon freely without anything negative occurring to myself.
What is
It's not a consent factor. It's more or less a knowledge factor so that you know what's going on. As long as you can understand what's going on, you may be able to perceive it a little bit easier, because more or less I'm giving you my energy so that you can continue to fuel at this moment, which basically means probably another reason why you're not very tired, because I've been able to go 100 hours on end without sleep or sustenance.
Yeah, I'm not tired.
Or beverage. Or beverage.
Thought I slept already or something. I'm not tired. I'm not here. I'm not here. That's what I said. Is that the dark angel? I don't want to hurt him. I've already did it. Like, I feel like I have to fix it, and I don't want to. My pride won't let me. I'm tired of being a bigger person with these fucking people. Like, everything happened for a reason. I just have to embrace it. Good or bad, it happened for a reason. So it's where I'm supposed to be, though. I never did the situation easy. How many fucking communities have I gone through? How many have I ripped apart? And then again, do I stay? They be like, "Oh, you need to stay with us, Janet." I can't. I'm not here to stay in a group, and So for some reason, there's something like, it's like, like something's holding on. I can't close the door. The door's too much. It's just too much. And like he said, he didn't give a fuck about me. But every time I say that, then I get like these crazy goosebumps. Because I don't know. He's lying. That's what I'm saying. He's lying.
Okay. I have an idea. We're either A, we'll discuss further about the omnipotent individual and free will, or I will go inside and begin to fiddle around again. Maybe the third time I've been around in here fiddling, but I haven't actually done major work. I've just walked in, looked around, pushed a few buttons, walked out. So we can pursue down this path if you're officially requesting help, or I can more or less explain the note that I left everybody on last night, that I explained a little more detail in right before I actually left.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never felt this confused before. I don't know. I feel like I've lost time and space. I don't know what's really happening. I don't know if that really just happened. Then it did happen. Wow. That's crazy. Like, that's what I'm saying. It was too much. It's too much. It's too much to, like, again, keep sitting here and be like, "Oh, fuck that nigga." Like, it's not that. It's weird. It's weird. Again, I didn't do anything wrong. I just left. And I left because, again, regardless of what I felt, something just keeps saying you left because you were scared and you blew it up. I'm just like the Joker. I will blow the shit up and laugh and walk away and be like, "Told you, don't fuck with me." But that, I don't know how far I took it. I don't know. Like I said, he came in hot. Then he was cussing at me. Then I fucking said, "Why are you cussing at me?" And then I knew he was there because he wanted to do what he wanted. And I couldn't do that because y'all were my guests. And I was trying to be like, professional. But it was like he got mad that I didn't address what it was, as if I could just jump off the panel and go speak to him private. Why didn't he say that? Why didn't he say, "Speak to me private now? I want to talk." Like, so it's like he always wants an audience. And so do I. So I did it. I did it. And that's why I don't know if I feel guilty because I didn't lie. I just maybe could have done it a different way that didn't cause him so much pain, because now he's doing it to me. So how can he do it to me and it shouldn't have affected me unless I cared about him, and I don't want to care. So again, I'm broken, and every time I keep trying to use my wand,
Hi, my name is Brechtje. Welcome at Estona Tutorials. And we are at the 17th lesson of our basic course. This one is all about forging. These are the items that you are going to need for today's lesson. Of course, a piece of metal you can forge. I am starting out with a silver piece and I will give you the dimensions in the video. 3 different hammers, one with a slightly curved head, one with a flat head, and a hammer with an end like this. Annealing equipment such as your torch, a soldering board, and water to cool your silver in. Some files, sanding papers, and your polishing equipment. And this is what we are going to start with today. An anvil or something like it, preferably something hard with a metal background so it doesn't absorb the blows, but your metal will. This is an iron anvil that my father made. I can adjust it to the right height. I used to use a tree stump for this with a small metal anvil on top. But there were all kinds of bugs that kept coming out, so that is why I'm using this one now. And you will need a hammer like this, a chasing hammer. This is the hammer that you can find in my tool package. In case you are thinking about ordering it online, you can do so through www.estona.nl. Don't feel obligated to. And this is the one that I am going to use. It's an old hammer from my dad's workshop. And I just filed this and cleaned it up with some sanding paper until it was nice and shiny and rounded again. And I am going to use this to drive my silver in the direction that I want it to go. So let's get started. I am not going to work with a pre-made plan. I'm just going to shape this along as we go. It is a 4.5 millimeter square piece. It's silver, a piece that we casted in the previous tutorial, and it's about 16 millimeters long, so this will give me some room to play with. I think I am going to shape this into a ring. So I'm going to start by flattening out the middle and start out with an annealed piece of silver, and I am going to show you at what point you should anneal again. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this side of my hammer and I am just going to tap it like this. And I hope you can see what's happening here. I am going to flatten this out bit by bit until I have the thickness that I desire. And I don't know if you can hear it, but the sound is changing. It is getting a bit more sharp. My piece really is hardening. So this is the moment where I am going to anneal. This is just a close-up before annealing. I am going to use the hammer from my toolbox now, so you can see the difference between a wider hammer or a smaller one. I am going to continue at the same point here. And here. You can see my hammer bouncing, but it has little effect. So again, it's time to anneal. If you don't anneal in time, your silver is going to crack and break. After annealing, I'm going to continue on the other side. And after annealing 3 times, you are starting to see a real result here. I'm thinning out the middle part and driving the metal to both the outsides and a bit in the width of this band. Sometimes your piece will bend out of shape. You can see it here on the left side. It isn't nice and straight anymore and the silver is bulging out in that direction. What you can do is just think about what's happening. This side is getting longer because I applied too much pressure here, and this side is shorter. So what I am going to do is apply more pressure on the shorter side, so that can expand as well, and this will be straightened out again. And that is looking a whole lot better. You need a very solid background that doesn't take away anything of the power of the strike you are going to make with your hammer. So use something that is made out of steel, and it can be something like this, or it can be something like this. This is very heavy. In Dutch, we call it a vlaktas. I'm not quite sure what the English name is. And you can just clamp this one in your vise and use it as well. As a final step for this middle piece, I am going to even it out a bit because this part is thinner than this part. And when this is nice and even, I am going to continue by using another hammer. We are going to use 3 different types of hammers, or at least 3 different types of heads for this tutorial. The first one has a head like this one, and this is meant for chasing. So for making room, you can get a very deep impression with this, and you can really pull apart the metal. I'll show you in a drawing. After we have thinned out the metal, we are going to use this hammer head. And I hope you can see on the video that it's a slightly rounded hammer head. And we are going to use this to get rid of the hammer strikes that we made with the previous hammer and to flatten it out a bit. And when we're done with that, we can go over to a hammer with a completely flat head. As you can see, I do have to clean this up a bit before I can use it. But this is to really clean up your piece of metal. And after you have used this hammer, you shouldn't be able to see that you have hammered your piece all together. So back to work. And this is what I am going to use to flatten out my piece, or at least the first step of flattening it out. But I wanted to show you that there are some indentations in my hammer. So before I am going to do so, I am going to sand those out and give it a high gloss polish, because every imperfection that's here on your hammerhead, you will transfer to your metal. So make sure that your equipment is nice and crisp. I am going to use my flex shaft to clean this up. And while sanding, using your flex shaft, whatever it is that you are doing, make sure that you aren't going to flatten this, but that you will keep the curved line. I am going to give this one a polish with my polishing machine, and then we can continue. I evened this out like I wanted to. I have cleaned up and polished my hammer, and now I'm going in here on the annealed piece with my slightly rounded hammer and just step this down. And I'm going to do so for both sides. And I'm doing so to get rid of all those hammer strikes that we made with the previous hammer. I am going to anneal this again, and this time I am going to put it in a pickle solution when it's annealed, because I can see some dirt getting on here and I don't want to hammer it into my metal. And here you can see how nicely this is looking after using the slightly curved hammer. Now I'm going in here with the flat hammer head. And you can see here that I made some indentations with the side of my hammerhead, but that isn't going to be a problem, because this is the part where I am going to hammer down this part. And that is where you will get to see how awesome forging is, because you can suddenly change directions in your piece to give it a very special look and really produce a unique piece of jewelry. Instead of flattening out this part further, I'm going to put this to the side. And I'm going to continue here, working my way down and maybe leaving room for one more piece where I will change directions. And I can feel here that my hammer is bouncing back differently. It isn't making such a deep indentation. And that is the point where you have to, you can guess it, anneal again. I am going to fast forward here a bit because the principle will stay the same. Whack it with your hammer until you feel that you have to anneal, then anneal and continue. And I am going to tap it down on one side. After annealing, I'm going to flip this over and tap it down on that side. I find that that works best for me. I just annealed again, and I think I was just in time here because I can see a small little groove, so I'm going to keep my eye on this one to see if it doesn't get bigger when I continue with tapping this down. Here you can see that this is bending outwards again, so I need to tap the short side to make that longer as well. And that is how you can straighten it out. I think it's time to anneal this one and then clean it up with the slightly curved hammer. You can see some very, very small cracks here. And this is what I wanted to show you, because if you don't anneal in between, or if you keep hammering down when your metal is really hard, those cracks will grow bigger and bigger, and it can tear up your metal. We now have a nice basic shape, and I am going to flatten this out, or at least part of it, with my hammer and a slightly curved end. I'm going to start on this side because I want a straight line to work with. And I'm going to move this over to the side. So that I don't distort the rest of my shape. I have this small hammer here with a perfectly flat head. So this is the one that I want to use for my final step. But maybe you can see that this one has a really sharp edge. So the moment that I'm going to tap this down on my silver, this edge is going to make some nasty indentations. So I am going to take my file and really file the sharp edge off and round it off so I can use it on my piece. And this is one of the most important tips that I can give you. Alter your tools if you think that this can help you with your work. I have softened the edges, sanded this one and polished it. I gave it a high gloss finish, but I made it a bit dirty because otherwise you can't see anything on camera. And it's very important to always keep your hammers in this condition because every little mark that's on here will transfer onto your metal. This is the final step before we can shape this into a ring. I'm going to flatten everything out. And everything that we can't get flattened out with a hammer, we can do so in a minute with some sanding paper or a file. Of course, you can just use a pair of pliers to bend this over, but I have a ring bender, so why not use it? I'm bending this over very carefully. And just test fitting this. And still I have absolutely no idea where I'm going with this one. But this looks like a promising start. I'm going to clean this up in case I can't reach it in a moment. And then we can continue with shaping our ring. I'm going to use my mandrel. It's just a little stick that fits into your flex shaft with some room here where you can enter some sanding paper. Give your flex shaft a spin. And this is great for sanding rings. And I'm going to take my time here to clean this up as neatly as I can. I filed this, sanded it and annealed it one more time. Now I am just going to add some shapes. I think I'm going to bend this one this way. And I am using my ring bender to make some initial bends. And then I can alter them with my pliers. The plan for the shape of my ring has taken form in my head, and for this I have to take off a bit here because this is going to be too wide. I'm going to take my file and just make sure that this is nicely rounded off and it will follow the shape of my ring. I have a basic shape and it's all about fine-tuning now. And I can feel that I need to anneal this because silver normally isn't this hard. And after some final tweaking and bending, this is the result. I'm going to clean this up. I especially like how this part is fitting here like it's supposed to be there. Of course, here we have to change something. And I think I am going to cut it off like this, maybe even a bit further. I decided to take off a little bit more so that this part of the ring is hidden. I still have to adjust it a bit with my file and of course round it off so that it's nice and wearable. I think the idea is cool, so I'm going to continue by cleaning everything up again, making sure that these lines really flow over in each other, and I'm going to do so by using my file just a bit, but mostly by using sanding paper. If there are ever places that you can't reach, you can always take out a small file and put some sanding paper around here. Like this. And this way you can still add some pressure while sanding. This one is almost done with sanding. After that I am going to polish it, and of course I will show you the end result. And this is the end result. A very unique ring, absolutely one of a kind. You can really see the difference in the thicknesses of the metal. I'm going to take it off. And with forging you can make a brooch, bracelet, pendant or a ring like this. A unique design and a unique piece of jewelry. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Forging is a very nice technique to try. So I would say give it a go and show me your results. You can send pictures at info@astona.nl, and I hope to see you again next week with the final part of this metalsmithing course. And then I am going to tell you all about starting up your business. Hi, my name is Brechtje and you are watching another Astona tutorial. So in almost every one of my videos, I ask you to share your results at the end of a tutorial. Luckily, a lot of people have so far, and one of them was Lisa. Lisa made this piece of jewelry with some sea glass. And then Lisa asked me if she could send me some pieces of sea glass that she found in Hawaii herself. She took them with her back to California. And now these pieces made their way to the Netherlands. And I am so happy about it because we don't have sea glass here. And of course, I told Lisa that she didn't have to do it, but I was so happy. And I think she noticed in the tone of my voice. So Thank you very much, Lisa. This tutorial is especially for you. I think it's so kind that you took the effort to send the sea glass to me, and I hope you will enjoy this tutorial. So Lisa, this one's for you. And this is it, the piece of sea glass that I am going to use to make a ring or a pendant. I'm not quite sure yet what it's going to be. And that is the way I like to work, by just starting somewhere and seeing where it might take me. And I thought it would be nice to add a little pop of color. And I am using this tourmaline to do so. We are going to need a fairly high strip of silver to get this fitted in here, because I am going to use a cabochon setting to set this stone. This is a piece of silver that I still have laying around. So I will cut the top part off and then I'll run it through my rolling mill a couple of times until I have a thinned out piece of silver that I can use to set this stone. As always, lubricate your saw blade. I am using this Pepe loop for it. You can just use a regular candlestick as well. And I'm going to cut off a piece so I can use it for my setting. And I'll thin this out on the rolling mill. This piece is still very soft and bendable, so I won't have to anneal it before rolling it out. So I have rolled my strip out until 0.7 millimeters thick, but now I'm a bit hesitant because I don't know if this stone can take some pressure. Luckily, I have another stone just like it. This little one, and I am just going to test how much pressure it can take. Oh, okay. Now you may think, what's she doing? Of course it'll break, but I want to see how quickly it will break. I can see that it can take some pressure, but just to be sure, I'm going to thin my strip out until 0.6 millimeters. So this is it, 0.6 millimeters. I'm going to have to anneal it because, as you can see, when I try to bend it, it just pops right back. So it's too hard for me to work with now. I'm going to cut off a piece that I think that I will need for my stone, and I'll anneal it. And annealing is nothing more than heating up the metal until it's about cherry red and then quenching it in some cold water. And you are doing this so your metal will relax. And here you can see it bending through a bit and me almost melting it, so keep your eye on the ball. Now that was a good save. As you can see, it's really bendable now. So this is why you anneal. I'm going to pickle this and then we can continue. Meanwhile, I am going to make a setting for my other stone. And I always have these pieces of tubing laying around, and I am going to use one of them to create a setting. And I'm going to pick out a piece of tubing by eye. If you drop the stone in here like this, and there is a small outer ledge still visible, about 0.5 millimeters on each side, then this is the correct size tubing. And I'm just checking to see if it's nicely right angled, and I think it is. I am using my ring clamp to hold this tube, and I'm cutting through it with my saw, and if you just saw in a straight line and a steady motion, you'll be okay. So the bezel still is quite high right now, but it has to go next to this one, so I don't want it to fall away. And we'll adjust the height when everything is in place and we can see how it's going to look together. So I'm going to try and make the basic shape with my fingers. And because I have annealed the material, this really is very easy to do. And now we're going to fine-tune everything by getting in there with some pliers and following the shape of the stone more exact. I set this little mark so I can see where my stone has got to go while bending. After all this bending, my material has hardened again, and by annealing it, I will make it soft again. And if you would like to learn more about annealing, maybe you haven't seen this video yet, it's one of my previous tutorials in which I explain you why and how you should anneal. Meanwhile, my piece is ready and I'm going to quench it in some cold water. So I'm ready to shape this again. I set the same marks so I know how my stone should fit in and I don't have to search. I'm going to make sure that these edges will fit together perfectly. I am going to build up some tension here in the silver so that this opening will stay closed, and I'm doing so by just folding over and moving around the silver a bit until it will stay together. My stone fits exactly without very much light shining through or very much extra space. And it will even stay in place when I pick the bezel up, but I don't have to force it down. So this is exactly right. I am going to solder it. Still my most favorite job ever, soldering. I am coating my entire piece with boraxine. It's a type of flux that not everybody uses, but if you coat your entire piece, you can prevent fire stain as well. And that is why I'm overindulging in the flux. It is quite handy. Once the structure of the boraxine changes, it will turn a bit more honey-like. Then I know that my piece is ready to add the solder so that it's hot enough. Now I'm picking up some solder with my soldering pick. And I'm adding it to my bezel. And now it's just a matter of patience and flame control. And if I use the heat of my flame just right, the solder will flow in perfectly. As you can see, the bezel still is a bit too high, and seeing as the stone has such an organical shape, it is very difficult to line out the shape in your bezel. So what I am going to do is I am going to file and sand the bezel edge with the sea glass stone in place Of course, you have to be very, very careful not to touch the stone. I am using a Dremel sanding disc. This is something that normally wouldn't fit into a flex shaft, but I just filed a bit away at the end and now it does fit. And these things really come in very handy. It also has a speed click system, so you can change the sanding discs very easily. So let me see if I can draw a line like this. This is for the inside of my bezel that I'm going to cut out. And if I can get in here, this will be the outside line. And the reason that I am using a marker is because the marker end has a very thick end and the distance will be the same all around. Instead of my dividers, I am using the marker tip as a guideline for my cutting work. I'm making a little indentation here for my drill to fit in, and that way my drill doesn't slip away while I'm drilling. I have lubricated my drill. And I'm ready to cut this piece out. I am going to make a small hole here where this bezel is going to fit in. And I'm using a burr that's about the same size as my round bezel. And I think it should go about here. And this is all that I needed to do. I needed to create a better soldering surface. We're going to clean up these pieces and sand them so I can solder them together. And sand all soldering surfaces and the places that you can't reach after soldering. And it's time to solder again. I have covered my piece in boraxine and heated it up. And now I'm adding the solder and I'm adding it on the inside. So I don't have very much cleaning up to do on the outside of the bezel later on. I have used hard solder to connect the bezel, the big ring that you are seeing. And for this soldering operation, I am using the middle solder. So that will give me a bit more room to play with. And I don't risk opening up my bezel wall. I'm going to pickle this to get the boraxine off. So this is my ID for the bail. I have this 1.5 millimeters silver wire and I am wrapping it around a piece of tubing a couple of times. This is enough. I am going to use 3 of these rings to make my bail. I have my saw blade on the inside of the rings. I'm holding it down with my fingers, but I'm making sure that my fingers aren't getting in the way of the saw blade. And I'm sawing like so. And that was number 3. I'm going to look for them on the floor of my workspace and then I'll get back to you. While I'm thinking about how I am going to add the jump rings, I'll clean up my piece a bit. So I've opened up the 3 jump rings just a bit. And I'm going to slide them on here. I need to close this one up a little bit because it doesn't stay in place. And again, I am starting by covering my whole piece up with boraxine, and I'm getting a lot of messages that say you are doing this wrong and you shouldn't use this much boraxine. But with metal smithing, you can pick and choose what works for you. And for me, coating it in boraxine will prevent me from getting fire stain, and this really works for me. So if you are okay with it, I will keep on doing it. And I would like to thank you for sending me tips and tricks and trying to help out because that is very kind. Meanwhile, I can tell that my piece is reaching the perfect temperature for my solder to melt. I can see it because the boraxine is changing its structure and it's becoming more honey-like. But of course, I can also tell by the color of my silver. You can see here that it's turning a bit orange or slightly red. So I know I'm almost there. And I am using soft solder. And here you can see it again from this point of view. Because I never get tired of watching solder melt. I think it's magical. And just one more, and then we're done with this part. And don't forget to quench when you're done, because you will have to set the stone afterwards. So it's convenient if your silver is a bit softer. I think this is going to look really nice. I'm happy what I decided to do for a bail. I'm going to pickle this and then we are going to polish our piece. So I'm almost done, but there are some places that I just can't reach. And now you can take a piece of rope, a cotton rope, and add some polishing compound to it and go like this. I am using these ready-made strips and I'm not even sure what they are called, but I spotted them a while back and I just bought them. And this way you can reach in those little corners that you can't reach any other way. I am going to set my stone using protoplast and a shellac stick. And I taped a bit of duct tape to the back of my pendant to make sure that the protoplast doesn't come up this way. So the protoplast has softened and I'm going to set my piece in it. And I'm just folding the protoplast over the edge. And of course I'm leaving the top edge open so I can set my stone. So my first goal is to make sure that the stone doesn't bounce around. And after that, I'm going to tap down the edge all around. Now I'm coming in with this bezel punch and a hammer. I'm going to try and zoom in on this point, because it is going to happen that you are flattening out a bezel edge and then all of a sudden you are left with a little bump here. Don't go in from the sides because you will only make a sharper bump and eventually even a fold. Go to the middle of the bump and gently tap it down to the sides. I very roughly tap down everything around the stone just once, and now I'm going to fine-tune it. And I'm being very careful not to touch the stone with my punch, because then I might crack it. I did it. Now let's add our tourmaline. For this we're going back to my bench. And I'll just clean up the edges. I'll just clean up these edges before I add the tourmaline so that I can damage it. I'm taking a 2000 grit sanding paper, not touching the stone or the glass. And just getting all those little dents from the setting punch out. I think I'm going in with a ball burr first. This one is about 4.5. And I'm just making some room. And here I'm going in with a 4.7 millimeters hard burr. And if you have a smaller size, you can use that one as well. Just wiggle it around a bit, but don't take a bigger size. You can see the little edge it's made. Let's see how it will fit our stone. And that still is a bit too tight. I'm going in with the same burr, but I hope you can see that I am moving it around a bit. So I am creating a bit of extra space. And now you know you have a perfect fit when you hear this. The stone just popped in place. Take a look at it and make sure that it's leveled. If it isn't, take it out and adjust it with your burr. And you can see me using a hammer handpiece here. I can connect it to my Fordham flex shaft, and I find that it really works for thinner bezels, but not for the heavier work. I'll get this one out of the protoplast, we'll give it a final polish, and I will show you the end result. Thank you so much, Lisa, for sharing this beautiful stone with me. And I had a blast making a necklace for it. So I finished my pendant yesterday, but when I woke up this morning, I took another look at it and I wasn't too happy with the glossy finish. So I'm going to give it a matte finish by just rubbing over it with some sanding paper. And I'll go for the 240 grit. And I am not touching this part just yet because maybe I want to keep this shiny, but we'll see in a minute. I think this really does look better with the stone, and I'm going to give this a matte finish as well, and after that we'll be done. And here we have it, our sea glass pendant. Please let me know what you think of the result, and if you are going to make a pendant like this by watching my tutorial, it would be awesome if you would like to share a picture, and you can do so by sending it to me at info@estona.nl. We're at the end of this tutorial. I really enjoyed working on this piece of sea glass. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and that you picked up some pointers here and there. And thank you very much for making this such a nice place to work. Even though I am all alone at my bench, it really doesn't feel that way because I get so much nice responses of you. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. You make this job really wonderful. Hi, my name is Brechtje. You are watching Estona Tutorials. I'm getting a lot of questions or tips about tutorials, which tutorials people would like to see. And this saddle ring tutorial was Gilligan's idea. And what I especially like about this one is that Gilligan has searched the entire YouTube network for a saddle ring tutorial and she couldn't find any. And she tipped me and asked me if I could make one. So here it goes. Gilligan, this one's for you. And for all of you that are viewing, thank you very much for watching my channel. I hope to make a lot of videos for you, and it would be great if you would take the time to subscribe yourself as well. In this tutorial, I will show you how you can make a saddle ring template or a saddle ring design yourself. So I'm starting off my drawing on this adhesive paper. So it's a sticker that I can stick onto my silver plate when I'm ready. And we'll start by making a right-angled cross very thinly with a pencil, and that will be our starting point. And now I will use this very handy ellipse template to create the basic shape, the center of our saddle ring. And I just held it down onto my finger and I thought that this would be a good size. So I am making sure that it's exactly in the middle of the cross. And as you can see, I am taking my time and I'll create the oval shape like this. Now we have the center shape, but we still have to determine the length of the ring. I am going for a ring size 16.5. I'll add the thickness of the material, which is 1 millimeters in this case. And I'll multiply that number by pi or 3.14. And that leaves us at the length of 54.95 millimeters. I'll divide that number into 2 because then I'll know the exact length for both sides of the ring starting from my center point in the middle of the circle. That number divided into 2 is 27.48 millimeters. So I will go to the center of the circle and measure out that exact number on both sides. And now our saddle ring design is slowly taking its form. Now we have the length and the center shape, so let's draw the ring band. First, I'll have to figure out the width of the ring band, and I think about 6 millimeters is a nice width. So I'll draw out 6 millimeters. And maybe you can see that I'm used to working on a computer and not really sketch a lot on paper. But I thought this would be a good way to show you how you can easily make a saddle ring design yourself. On this side, 6 millimeters as well. And then I'll draw a very thin line from one point till the other, so I have the basic shape. And after that, all I have to do is fill in the curves that go from the center ellipse to the ring band.
Okay, hey y'all. We are ending with that for a while. We are going to be doing a Halloween project today, so I'll be showing you how I do that. I've got the spray paint. Coat. There we go. Let's see if I can get y'all set up to where you can see. I've got this can of spray paint, and we are going to spray some crosses. We gotta pick this up for Halloween. I gotta do 2 more coats on the crosses. That is the second coat. We're going to wait till it dries a little. And since it's hot, it's going to dry quickly.